Hi Kevin, this is Zach. Mate, this is just a quick rundown for you of the solid state relays. Okay, what we've got here is we've got 3 of them. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. Okay, that you're familiar with, of course, the bridge rectifier. That comes through. There's your brake unit mounted up above that. This is on autofocus, so forgive me if it doesn't quite work. And you can see the resistors sitting at the back. Okay, which is the resistive brake. When that light comes on there like it has done now, that means that we've reached 14.8 volts up here, and it is diverted the wind generator across to the load. That meter there is measuring the output from the wind generator to the batteries, and you can see that that is switching across backwards and forwards. Okay, so basically the system and what happens. Okay, we charged to 14.8 volts, and it must see that for 1 second because we're using the delays, and then this one down the bottom here switches, and when this one switches on, it then via these two, the top one controls the wind generator's path between the battery and the resistors. So basically 14.8 volts, that one turns on, 6-second delay, and fires both of these. What that does is then disconnect from the batteries via that one and connects to the resistors simultaneously with that one. Now, in backup of that, well, I'll clarify, that one there actually switches the manual terminals on these two here. Okay, so that way I know I get simultaneous switching on both with the same 6-second delay. Alright, now let's just say that this unit here was to fail. Okay, what then happens is this one here is set up that at 15 volts it will automatically fire and connect the resistors directly to the battery bank. Okay, so we do have backup, a fail-safe device. Alright, none of this gear gets hot at all, you know, whatsoever. And you can see here at the moment our battery voltage is dancing around. It's about 13.3. It's still under load. You can see the wind generators pushing it out. Okay, that light's just come on. Now that light is just there at the moment to tell me when it's switching and when it's not, as I get used to the system. We've never had a failure of any sort. Let's now talk about the load. Okay, the one on the left is a 120 litre Waco fridge freezer running at -17. The other one's an 87 litre running at -16. There's a side of beef in these two. Also on the system is our normal domestic fridge freezer. Now I've turned that off to get this system to cycle so that you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so like I said, there's no sound, no heat, no anything. Alright, let's now have a quick glance out the window, forgive the mess. The wind generator, you can see it up there whirling around at the moment. It's producing around 30 odd amps into the system, so the system is constantly bouncing on and off that 14.7 mark. Okay, now excuse while I get all jumpy. I'm now going to go across to shift the tong meter across. Now we're looking at the load going into the resistors themselves. Sorry, the current going into the resistors. Now the other thing that I've installed here is another manual override, which is the top switch. So no matter what the conditions, like right now, I just pan out, get my own hand in the way. Okay, I've now manually activated it. We can now see over 40 odd amps. That's going direct into the dump load resistors. Okay, let's now have a quick look over here. Sorry this is so rough, mate, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. Okay, 6.2 meters per second. Bit hard to focus on the LCD. Let's step outside. Okay. Oh, totally lost it. There it is. Okay, so that's the resistive braking at 6 meters per second. Alright. Now, obviously the wind's increasing in speed. Let's now have a look back inside. Still says it's around 6.3, but obviously we've got some gusts. There you go, 7.3. Alright, let's have a look. That's what's going into the load at the moment. I'll give you some idea of that sort of amperage. I just measured it before with the digital thermometer. The load resistors are running up around 100 degrees C. Just starting to get warm. Now the beauty of this system is that as soon as the wind dies down a little bit and that drops off, I can then turn the brake and turn it off. But there's not really any need to. The system just takes care of itself. So I turn that fridge off, like I say, just to demonstrate to you the battery management system. Now I'm just going to turn the big inverter on, and that's a 3.5 it's set on watts. Now we're drawing 480 odd watts out of the system. Our battery voltage is 13.5. We're charging at 27 amps because of course we have your solar controller going flat knacker. That of course has 800 watts of solar behind it. So now if I can reach over and do two things. First I'm going to shift this back up to the output from the wind generator. Okay, and now I'm going to manually turn the system back off. Okay, so now the system is back on automatic mode. You just saw the light go out. We now have a 6-second delay, and you'll see that this will start to put current back into the batteries. Gives me a pretty quick response time because the wind generator doesn't stop, but it certainly does slow down. If there's anything less than about 4.5 or 5 meters per second, the resistive braking will actually stop the wind generator almost to a dead set stop. So that's a basic explanation of how the system works. We love it, don't have any problems with it. Might be a little bit expensive, but what else can handle 150 amps continuous and up to 500 on a spike. So now you can see that the wind generator is now pushing out current. 24, 26, 27, 28, 36. You can see we're at 14.2, 14.3. As soon as that gets to 14.8 and holds for 1 second, which it's not going to do on that gust. But anyhow, as you can see, the solar controller is flashing away madly. So in other words, the solar is backing off as the wind generator provides current. Great little system. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry about it. And that light just flashes on and off as it regulates. Hope that gives you some idea, mate. If you've got any questions, please just let me know. Ciao.